Here's your village's forecast from the VNN Weather Team, presented by Sunshine Air Conditioning and Electrical. Here's meteorologist Ashley Baylor.
All right, so searing, sweltering, scorching, sizzling, blazing, toasty, roasty, pick your adjective. They are all going to work for the next several days. It is just going to be downright uncomfortably hot and humid here in the villages. But, at least we're in good company because it's not just us in the villages. It's not just us in Central Florida. All of Florida is going to be dealing with this unbearable heat and humidity for the next several days. So let's break it down. Let's talk about your Thursday. Thursday, we are going to see temperatures top out in the mid 90s. The heat index will average around 107, although it could certainly feel as hot as 110 at times. So that's why I keep emphasizing, please take care of yourselves and let's take care of our pets as well. As we go into the afternoon, we'll have a mix of sun and clouds, and we may have a slightly better chance of seeing a couple pop-up showers and thunderstorms, which at this point we may welcome because we get a good downpour to temporarily cool the air. I think that would definitely be one for the wind column, but it's a wait and see situation. Now, as we go into Thursday night, we'll be under mainly clear skies. Temperatures are only going to drop back into the mid and upper 70s. So keep those fans and air conditioners on full blast. And trust me, they're going to be working overtime right into Friday. So Friday, we're looking at highs back in the mid 90s, that heat index averaging around 107. But as I mentioned, it may feel as hot as 110. And Friday afternoon, we also could see some isolated showers and thunderstorms. Again, some good downpours would certainly help cool things off because guess what? The wind's not doing anything for us. We can't even get a decent breeze. Winds on Friday will be light and variable. So yeah, can't seem to get any bit of help around here other than, again, the climate controlled environments. All right, let's break this down as we go into the weekend, the difference between the temperature and the heat index. So temperatures are actually going to go up a degree for Saturday and Sunday. Highs are going to be right around 96. The dew point will average around 75. So that is certainly going to put the heat index around 110 both days. So that means it may even feel as hot as 111, 112. So going into the weekend, it would not surprise me if we did see a couple of extreme heat warnings pop up somewhere across the Sunshine State. Now, let's take a break from talking about the heat and humidity and turn to the tropics, where in a really funny turn of events, the tropical wave that we have been watching coming off the coast of Africa, what we thought was going to turn into Cristobal, well, no, that in turn could be Dolly because Tropical Storm Cristobal actually developed on Wednesday, and it was this little cluster of thunderstorms that we were watching moving over the open Atlantic, basically west of the Azores. It's not expected to last very long. Cristobal is probably not even going to make it through Thursday. So our attention certainly turns to what potentially could become Dolly. That is the system that is going to be moving towards the Lesser Antilles as we go towards the latter part of the weekend on into the weekend. Now, here's the thing. What could become Dolly is going to run into a lot of wind shear, which is going to hinder its development, and it's going to run into some Saharan dust. So between those two things, it's really going to struggle to become a tropical depression, then a tropical storm. And at least the majority of our computer models are really only holding it at a tropical storm at best. But you know what? It's always worth watching because we've seen some of these storms overcome wind shear before, but this time it also has the dust working against it. So even though it is going to be moving towards the Lesser Antilles, at this point, Florida doesn't look like it's in the zone. Doesn't look like Florida will be impacted by this one. So that's great news. Now, let's talk about your 7-day forecast. Let's put you back in Florida where, as you can see, not much is going to change even once we get past the weekend. Temperatures are going to hold pretty strong in the mid 90s through the weekend, all the way into the first part of next week. That's going to put the heat index anywhere between 104 to as high as 110, although as I said, over the weekend may even feel as hot as 112. So I wish I could talk about a cool down anytime soon. The only chance we really have for a cool down is seeing a slight breeze kick up from time to time or getting a healthy downpour in the afternoon, which will temporarily cool the air, at least brings down temperatures. Unfortunately, as we know, that really doesn't do much for the humidity. So in the meantime, I'm going to say it. Let's just keep taking care of ourselves. And you know what? Maybe if you have some neighbors they haven't heard from in a little bit, go next door, make sure their fans and air conditioners are working. Let's make sure everybody is doing okay in this heat and humidity. I hope you're doing okay. I'll see you a little bit later.
Thanks for watching Meteorologist Ashley Baylor, presented by Sunshine Air Conditioning and Electrical.